Hi friends, it's Chris. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you like the video and my other content, please do those YouTube things like, subscribe, share, comment, etc. It'd be very much appreciated by me and to all my dear friends. And returning True Blues, thanks so much for your continued love, support, kindness, and friendship. It truly means the world to me. So, I have a part 2 of the Adaline haul that from Dream Designs. I am super excited to show you this one. I was plotzing when I saw it the first time. It's just, I adore it. So I hope you enjoy it. And thanks for joining me. And I hope you come back for the other 2 that I will be having soon. And quite honestly, with the stuff Dreamer Designs have been releasing lately, there might be more soon. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoy the video. All right, thanks guys. Hello friends, welcome. I'm so glad to see you today. Let's get to it. I did all this to save some time. Whether it works or not, who knows? You know me, I ramble on. So I am here on what is going to be my last unboxing, but the second video by now I know you're going to see is because I wanted to get this out super quick because I loved it. Of all the Hanalins that have been released recently through Dreamer Designs, this is my favorite one. I plotzed when I seen it, got the asthma, all that kind of stuff. Loved it. So, what do we have? This is what comes to Dreamer Designs. No, I don't, the only thing I don't have here is, excuse me, the little baggie that comes wrapped around the diamond painting itself. It is a cloth bag thing with a purple bow. That I don't have because I had gotten rid of that a little while ago. But we have our box here, which I removed the handle because every time I put it back in, it snags. So if you don't like that, just rip the handle off. And this is what we have here, our box. This is our design right here on the bottom. I'm going to put that over there. What is in here? Our toolkit. We have the microfiber fabulous feeling bag. That's branded. And we have a bag of baggies. We have 2 wax caddies. We have 2 hand grips because we have 2 pens, one with a regular tip and one with a plasticky one that is good for ABs. We get some multi-placers, the fat bad ones, and we get a straightener, which is good. Always straightener's your friend. Use it. And a pair of not so murdery tweezers, and of course the tray, which is in a very light pinky purple color. I'm just going to put this here. Okay. And did I say that everything in there? I hope I did. Don't remember. Don't care. Moving on. Now we have our canvas. I took out our special drills. As I said in previous videos, I'm not going to take these out or anything because this bag is so tiny. Why are they doing that? Driving me crazy. Here are our colors. As a handling, there's going to be black because everything is outlined. So we have black there, and we have our colors here. We have some whites and lots of pinks and blues, some greens. There's our colors. Here are our specials for this canvas. And the canvas is called Dragonfly Darling by Hannah Lynn, featuring Allison Twinning, who is the colorist. It is a 60 by 80 square, and it has 56 colors with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABs and 2 Dreamer Dust, hence Fairer Dust drills. This is the sticker sheet with a bunch of stickers and the design itself. Look how beautiful that is. I love everything about this. But let me show you the list over here. Here's the color list. But I love everything about this. I love that, again, that the image is of the full character. I like either full or half kind of characters better than just the headshots. I'm not into the headshot ones. There's only like one I could think of that I really want, that I love with just the head shot. I kind of like the whole character with the background and stuff like that. So here we have our character. I love the colors, the pinks and the greens, the butterflies, the like waterfall looking thing, the foliage, the beautiful sky. Anyways, fabulous. Love this design. So what are our specials? Here we are. So let's start at the back of the line. We have this green failure dust, dreamer dust, and we have a red one. You can see the green a little bit more than on the red. So here, let me show you that. And we only got a little bit of the red. Right next to the red, we have, going into the ABs, we have an orange AB, a pink AB. They are different colors. Oh no, there are 2 bags of those. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I think I gotta go back in there. Am I wrong? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta go back in that bag. These are the same colors. So we get 2 bags of this pink AB, which is kind of like a mauvey color. Then this light yellow AB and a bright yellow AB. Beautiful AB colors. Now, hopefully, I'll be able to find this fast and quick, and I won't destroy this bag. Let me see. What color am I looking for then? A light pink. Okay. I think that came off. I don't remember if that came off on its own or if I had to cut that off. If I had to cut it off, it was my mistake because I assumed there was just... I didn't realize there were 2 bags of one color. Meanwhile, I see the static in here. What number is that? That's 50. Is it this one? Yes, it is. Alright, well, at least I didn't spend a year and a day, just a year. I was just about to say, I'm going to have to pause you. Oh, see what I mean? Look at how bulgy it is. Okay, that's what he said. Now, this is a beautiful, very light pink AB. Lovely. Okay. So, let's get looking at the canvas. Here she is. Look, isn't it fabulous? Now, I was telling my friends, Maritza and Miranda, how, you know, whenever I see stuff that I like, or that we like, we show each other, and, you know, Maritza and me are huge Adaline fans. So as soon as I see it come out, I'm like, Maritza, look. And so I was talking to them through the messenger, and I was saying how I am quite impressed, you know, with Dreamer Designs. They're really stepping up their game. Like I said, not only in the designs they're getting from different artists, but also the renderings. Now, I will still say some renderings on some stuff are still dodgy, but it just depends on what the canvas is or how it is. But a lot of it is actually so much better now. As, again, they've been around, you know, certainly as long as I've been diamond painting. I've been around 5, 6, 7 years already now. So they've been around just as long. And so they're getting better and better at it. And so for them to have this, like, again, full image of the character plus the background and it not look very pixelated or weird is really impressive. I'm very impressed with how this one looks. Because, again, I mean, her head is, if you compare it to other stuff, you know, smaller. So, and I just talking about the design, I like this one too, because even though it is very frou-frou feminine, which I don't mind frou-frou feminine, but it's like, sometimes it's just too much. Like, it's very specific for me. Or, for me, it's a hit or miss. I can't describe it. I either like it or I don't like it, you know? I'm just going to move her this way so I can see her better. With this one, though, I love it. You know, and the next one they may have, I'll hate it. For instance, they released one, like a Christmassy one, recently, and I just absolutely hate that one. There's nothing about that I like at all. Where this one I adore. So, anyways, I don't care about this. Why am I talking about it? Well, you care about the canvas. So let's talk about what's in the canvas. Starting at the bottom. Again, there's like this kind of waterfall-y sort of thing going on here. And if you look through the top, if you look at it, actually the whole thing, you might think, for me looking at it, that it's like some sort of underwater theme. But it's not, of course, because there's butterflies and flowers here. But you have the water down here, this kind of blue waterfall that she's standing in. And up here, you have more of this blue stuff. This kind of looks almost like coral. And then you have this pink bubble things in the background. So you'd almost think this is like an underwater scene, but it's not. Like I said, the butterflies are kind of dragonflies. Her wings, because she is also either a butterfly or a dragonfly. That's obviously butterflies over here, but I don't know if she's supposed to be a butterfly, but those are more like dragonfly wings. Beautiful, again, starting at the bottom, the waterfall. Then we have these beautiful blue and purple flowers here. Green greenery with the leaves and stuff. Again, over here as well, the green leaves, these beautiful purple and pink flowers. Again, going up to here, another beautiful, gorgeous pink and purple flower. Looks like a chrysanthemum. Blue flower over here. Again, over here, those look like kind of like those coney kind of flowers. Again, greenery back here. I don't know what these little pink things are on here. I don't know what those are. You really can't. Let me see. Oh, those are flowers as well. All right, yes. These things over here, those are like those bell-looking flowers. Again, in purplish and pinks. And then we have the sky, of course, and these beautiful orbs kind of just floating around the sky. Again, I'll show you a picture up close of the design so you can compare the canvas to it. Very beautiful. I absolutely adore this one. Oh, she has gorgeous green eyes. Again, the pinks and the green outfit. Love it. Again, pink, green, and blues and purples. How could you go wrong with that mix, right? So let's look at the specials. So we'll start off with our Lone Ranger here, the pink. This is that beautiful light baby pink. And that symbol will be an E, an uppercase E. So where is that? Okay, so we get lots of them in her hair. I'm not going to obviously point out every strand, but basically you'll get lots of them, throughout her hair. You'll get a few of them on these strands of the wing on this butterfly over here. A couple throughout her wing. Just a couple, though. Again, just a couple in the butterfly wing and just a couple in here. So there's not many there. As well as the wing up there and the other butterfly. Basically, 95% of those pink ABs are all going through her hair. And that looks to be it for that. Before I go on with the specials, I will say this. Talking about comparing the kind of style. This is Let's Look kind of. There are some color block areas, not many though. I mean, the skin tone over here is color block. I mean, in here, I guess you could say this light green is color blocky. You have a couple colors of this pink in here that you can consider kind of color blocky. And the background with the blues up there are. But that's kind of what I would consider the real color blocking areas. Other areas like, again, really kind of in her skirt, and I mean, I wouldn't call these color block or confetti. This is like small time color blocking. If you don't like color blocking, like this shouldn't bother you, I don't think. Like you might not like the blue up there because that's a lot more, but in here in this area with just 2 colors, I don't think that really should drive you that crazy. I mean, there's a lot of line blocking in her hair. That's kind of the only line blocky place. Everything else, I mean, you know, is small area color blocking or confetti, light confetti, you know, and small area color blocking down in here with some of these colors. If we're getting in here, this is where, you know, in this kind of area with their feet and the greenery, that's where you get a whole bunch of colors to do in there. But I always say Dreamer Designs and Diamond Art Club, for me personally, at least with my experience, by doing these, a majority of the canvases that I've gotten from them, the 2 companies, when I consider color confetti, it is not kind of crazy confetti like you'll find with other premium companies or with like budget companies that rely on computer render, which you'll find tons of color blocking in those. Confetti in those, whereas the confetti in these 2 companies are much more manageable for the most part. There are exceptions to that rule though. So like I said, just, you know, small color blocky areas there and small confetti areas like in these blue flowers over there, you know, small color confetti-ish over here, over there. So that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. We all have different ways to look at it and different opinions of it. So let's skip over to the failure dust, dreamer dust drills. I like them less, so let's do them less. So we have this big old bag of green here, and that is the symbol T. So we'll probably find a lot down here, so let's start down here. So yes, in this lighter area, not the lightest, but lighter area, you'll find a lot of cheese. Basically, they kind of go against, in a lot of this area, against the black outlines of the leaves. So lots of that fairy dust, or excuse me, dreamer dust in there. Lots of them in this leaf here, tons of them. Don't fall on the floor, please. None of them appear in her dress. Again, more in the greenery, the foliage back here, and those leaves. And that's it. Again, more up in here as well, just in the greenery. None in the character or the butterflies or anything. Not that I'm seeing any in them. And we only have a little bit of that red, just a tiny, tiny bit. So I should turn the light on. The sun is going in and out of clouds, so we just got dark all of a sudden. Okay, that's a sideways hourglass. Now, where would that red be? Okay. The tips ends against the black outline of the butterfly wing here. Up in here. As well as the butterfly ends over there. Strangely not in the other side though. And again, there's not many of them there, so I'm thinking that's about it. I don't see any in the character or anything, so. Back into the ABs. Now we got this orange AB. Not a lot of that either. And that's kind of like a top hat on the side. I already seen it up above, none down here. So we have a handful of them right in here. We have them kind of looking like kind of a straight, these lines. Some of them throughout here, those orange lines. It's kind of like the veins of the butterfly. None on this side. But again, up in here. On this butterfly as well. That's the only place I see those is in the butterfly veins. We'll move on to this, the 2 bags of this pink. And so that is the number 1. Again, I like to start at the bottom. Let's see. Okay, again, most of them, tons of them, all throughout her hair. So we have two ABs throughout her hair. Lots of them in the wings over here and over here. Again, both wings, the wings of the butterfly. You know, it's kind of funny for it to be 2 bags. You know, it doesn't seem like there would be... It seems like there's less on the painting than they gave you a lot more than you'll use. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just what it looks like. Then we go with this, the lighter yellow. That's a full bag. That's nice. And that is the number 3. No, none on the bottom. As that, neither is that other yellow, so I don't have to worry about going back down there for this. So again, we have some of those throughout her wings. Not a lot though. Again, not throughout there. Throughout the wings. But it's kind of straight crazy because, yeah, for that big bag, I don't see a lot of them. Like, I see them in the headband over here. I see them lines throughout some of the wings, but it doesn't seem like there's... Oh, excuse me. Sorry. They are also all in here, in the dress over here. Down at the bottom area, lots of them there. Lots of them in the area that goes off the pleat. Throughout here, that gives you the highlight of it. Okay, so that's where a lot of those go. I was like, that little bit in there cannot be with all that they gave you. So it's those areas. All right, and then finally this bright yellow. Not as much, and that's kind of like a sideways, you know, witchy A. I don't know how to describe that. And those are in the wings as well. Well, there. So there's not as many as them. So I know then there's not in any of them in here. It's just in the wings. That she has, so me, what would I do? She has plenty in her hair. Wouldn't change that. She has them highlighting in her dress over here, her green part of her dress. Wouldn't touch any of the other greens. Possibly might add a color in this, of the like purplish pink in the rest of her dress, because it has none of these colors. So I might, add something in there. I probably might not, because if it's a large area with only a couple colors, I wouldn't replace the entire color. What I would do is use the color and then put some of the AB in the tray and then shake it up. And so you just get some of the extra sparkle and shimmer throughout her dress with one of the colors. Definitely this chrysanthemum flower is calling for special drills there. I mean, again, this is a fantasy type of painting. It already has a good amount of stuff. So adding more to places where they didn't add any, it's not going to make it look, to me, overdone. I mean, to others it might. That's fine. Everyone has an opinion. But since this kind of painting calls or screams for kind of extras, So that's what I would do. So I would add some extras in here, probably a little bowl of both colors, both pink and purple. However, I might do it the same way. I probably would just add some little bits to give it like a little accent and not replace the whole color, because there is, a lot of specials going on in this painting. Same thing with the blue down here in this river. I mean, you got to put some either white or some sea foam down in here, ABs, for these splashes. I think the foliage probably has enough, because I think that's where it had that green failure dust, I think. Yeah, the tea. Yeah, and there's plenty in that area. I could add a small amount in the blue flower here. Again, same thing with these purple flowers here. Just a couple. Just add a couple. Not a lot. You don't need to add a lot. Again, her flower on here, on her arm. Just a couple, not a lot. These orbs flying, I would definitely do something with them. I'm not sure what I would do. I would add probably 2 different specials or rhinestones or whatever in those, because nothing's going on at all in the background over there. So it would be nice to add some there. And that's kind of what I would do. I wouldn't add anything to her hair. I think her wing probably has enough, and the wings probably have enough. I'd have to do a double check, because I don't remember exactly what goes in them, and when I'm doing it. But that's kind of it, guys. Oh, and her last thing, her skin tone. I like the skin tone on this one. There's only a tiny bit of pink in the shoulders. The rest of them, the skin tone looks like they're matching. It doesn't look kind of crazy. I won't know until I look at the drills, but again, as usual, if I don't like how it looks, I'll just add some of another color. To make it smaller for that other skin tony color if I don't care for it very much. And so that's more the highlight, so most of her skin is like one color. And that's what I do. So before I go, let's give you a look up close of the canvas. Okay, guys, so there we have it. Whew, Dragonfly Darling from Lynn, Dreamer Designs. Love it, love it, love it. Again, just a square, a 60 by 80. So, I hope if you liked this little series that I did, this haul. Again, this will be the second one you're seeing, but stay tuned for 2 more. I know that for sure now because I have all 4 of them in here, and this is my last one I'm filming. So, I just can't wait for you to see this one. So stay tuned for 2 more unboxings from Dream Design and Lynn stuff. And I really appreciate all of you sticking around, all of you watching my video, and all of you, being part of my little community and my little diamond painting family. So thank you all guys all so much. It really means the world to me. I truly really need it. So with that said, I can feel my voice starting to go. So I got to get out of here. This video is long enough. Even with me cutting out the stuff in the beginning a little bit to shorten it, it still went long. That's the way it is. So everybody, please everybody, be safe, be happy, stay safe, stay happy. And until next time, bye guys. Love you.